We're catching up with Michael Denny here from Sony Worldwide Studios, and let's first go back to last night. And you had a lot of stuff to tell us. You know, what was the thought that went into last night's presentation, and what did you want to showcase?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's great to be back at Gamescom again as well. So, you know, I think the thought process there was we wanted to show with PlayStation 4, how much new and exciting content we still have coming to the platform. We've already announced a lot of great exclusive titles, and at the opening of the show we showed 4 of our big AAA titles with Bloodborne, The Order, Little Big Planet 3, and the new standalone content for Infamous First Light. So then we concentrated in the rest of the show trying to give her a flavour of some new titles that are coming. So it was great to unveil games like Wild, you know, games like Tearaway coming to PlayStation 4, updates on Rhyme, the unveil of the Tomorrow Children, and Until Dawn coming to PlayStation 4, and particularly Alien Nation as well from Housemarque. So the idea of the show is to go in there, keep things fresh, keep things exciting, and make sure when we come to Gamescom we're not just repeating E3.
And it really felt like you had a lot of variation going into the show. That, you know, ranging from Until Dawn until Tearaway, there's quite a range there.
Yeah, and I think that's the point I'm making, that you know, with PlayStation and with PlayStation 4 we set up the console for game creators, and it's great to see a variety of game creators coming on board, and that gives you a breadth of experiences, but also some new innovative experience as well in that range that you talk about.
So obviously the big news that we found out was Michel Angel's new game. That's probably the big headline of the show. I mean, obviously he's got a relationship with Ubisoft, and it's still sort of ongoing. What's Sony's position in this, and sort of where did you come into the picture?
Yeah, so Michel's still very much involved with Ubisoft, but he also had a desire to do something independent as well, and something original with a great team of talented devs that had joined him. So all our role was to again facilitate that, help it happen, and bring it to PlayStation 4.
So Until Dawn is another interesting game, because you showed it off first 2 years ago, I think it was, at Gamescom, PlayStation Move game. A little bit, I think it's the feel of it has changed a little bit as well, but perhaps a little bit more camp when it was first shown. Can you tell us about what the process has been like, and how you sort of when you reached that decision to sort of move it to PlayStation 4 and give it a little bit of a different tone?
Yeah, the question's well put. I mean, it was interesting. So I think it epitomises some of the things we do in Worldwide Studios, that we often start games off, concepts off, that have a certain flavour, a certain direction, but we're always able throughout prototyping and reacting to new platforms coming out to stop and look at them and think, is that the right direction for this concept? Does that concept suit that platform? Where is the audience going for our platform? So Until Dawn was an interesting one, because we all loved the concept. But as you say, you know, we thought there were things in there that if we did want to move it to PlayStation 4, that was the real decision we made, that the concept is great and PlayStation 4 is the place for it to be. What do we need to change? And the reality is we needed to start again. Other than that core concept of the 8 friends trying to survive Until Dawn, we went for the darker story. You know, it had to be rewritten to make the best of PlayStation 4, and of course the DualShock 4 controller as well.
Keeping on theme, we had a sort of another horror theme thing going on there, and I think people have already unlocked the secrets around PT. What can you tell us about that project and the people that's working on it?
So, you know, it's not one of our first party titles, but obviously, you know, I don't want to do a spoiler here for people who haven't gone to the interactive.
Cat is out.
Yeah. So go to the interactive trailer. People will see that you know, the guys behind that with Kojima, etc. You know, that's going to be a fantastic experience for people.
All right. Media Molecule have they teased a PlayStation 4 project already back at the unveiling. Now they're bringing Tearaway over. Has this been the project they've been working on all along, or is this like a second project to them? Can you tell us a little bit more about what's going on there?
Well, it's pretty much as Rex said last night in his presentation. You know, the truth is Tearaway was such a fantastic game, and fantastic game on Vita, and you know, we looked at it and thought, could we do anything with PlayStation 4? And the initial reaction was, no, we don't think so. The game was built for Vita. And so it was from that process that we just talked and said, well, why don't we prototype a few things, see what could happen? We left those guys to it. Months went by, nothing. A few more months went by, and then we started to get a bit of reaction, a bit of passion that they thought they'd found something. We thought they'd found an angle that could really work. And from there it grew into real excitement. And it's great when a project comes together like that, you know, there was nobody really saying we had to make anything happen there. And it just, when I can't wait for people to get their hands on it, but when you get to play it, it just works so well now, and it looks beautiful on PlayStation 4.
You reached 10 million units sold with PlayStation 4, obviously a storming success, but its kid brother sort of left a little bit, you know, not getting as much attention. The PS Vita, you didn't announce any new big games. What's the approach moving forward with the Vita? Will you continue to sort of bring out big titles of your own, or will you sort of allow it more to cross-platform things and things that will appear on several platforms? What's the approach now?
Well, I think for us, Vita's still the best handheld dedicated gaming device out there. If you want quality handheld gaming, the Vita's for you. And there's a large array of content already out there for it, and more digital content that's coming. I mean, Borderlands 2 still to come to the platform. You marry that with the remote play experience that people can get on PlayStation 4. I think it's really still a great system for people. In terms of the focus of Worldwide Studios, I think you've clearly seen that's going to be more in terms of PlayStation 4 going forward now. So,
okay, so you don't really see that sort of the big franchises bringing them onto Vita anymore. That's not really part of the plan.
So, as you said, there'll be cross-play titles, there'll be titles that are going cross-platform as well. There's some big third-party titles still coming, and there's lots of great innovative new indie titles coming digitally to the platform.
Do you have an approach at Worldwide Studios for PlayStation TV, if that's a huge success, to sort of, or do you just see that as sort of one more delivery platform and you're not really focusing the development attention on it, or how do you see PlayStation TV?
Well, the gaming for PlayStation TV is Vita and PlayStation 1 Classics, etc. So I think the story with PlayStation TV is just, I group it with other areas of innovation that we're always trying on the platform side. So whether it's Project Morpheus, whether it's different delivery methods with PlayStation Now, whether it's PlayStation TV, a new sort of micro console and something that will help with remote play in the home with PlayStation 4. As a platform holder, yes, it's about the games, but we always want to try and do things and offer new choices to our consumers on the platform side as well.
You mentioned Project Morpheus. Is that a big focus for Worldwide Studios right now, behind in the dark? Is there a lot of things going on that you're not telling us?
It's an exciting focus. Yeah. I don't know whether you've been lucky enough to play on Project Morpheus, but you know, the two of the demos that we show with the Luge and with the Deep are from Worldwide Studios, our London studio, and it's super exciting to be working on Morpheus. It is a new experience. It is something that's going to take the experience forward, and that's all we want to do at PlayStation. You know, if there is something exciting and new out there, we want to be in it and to make it work great for PlayStation to the highest quality we can, and give that to the fans. One
thing that really struck me as sort of like almost like space magic was the share play feature that's coming out. Is there anything you can say about that and how it works and how it's even possible without downloading anything?
Yeah, so the concept I think is clear to people. You know, it's a fantastic concept, isn't it? You know, so if we're in the same room, if you come round to my house, we want to play the same games together. I can hand you the controller, you know, or we can play on the couch. This gives the ability, without you owning the game, for me to be able to share with that you, peer-to-peer sharing. It's based on existing technologies. I'm not going to go into the detail of that for you, but I think you should just think of it in the way you explained it to me. It's magic, yeah? It's fantastic.
One game that you showed off last year, just teased us with last year, that you didn't show this year, that's sort of been in the dark, is the reboot of Shadow of the Beast. Is there an update on that in any way?
There is no update on that.
All right, that's a clear enough answer. So moving forward, what gets you most excited about this, the end of the year and early next year? You got a lot of titles coming out, perhaps even more early next year than at the end of this year. How's the feeling moving forward?
Yeah, so it's really exciting. I think, as you can see from the show, I think over the next 6 months, you know, some massive titles coming out for us. You know, when we talk about Bloodborne, The Order, Drive Club, SingStar, Little Big Planet 3, and again, just looking then into next year, I think we've already announced 7, 8 exclusive titles, you know, with Uncharted 4 coming next year as well. So some massive titles, and I think if you buy into PlayStation 4, you can just see from what we showed at the press conference last night that we're not only getting the big titles there, but there's going to be lots of innovation as well.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.